Hello, everyone. Sam here from Polyhedra. Welcome to the Polyhedra Show. On a crazy week, another crazy week for crypto, but we've got a true builder here with us who's taken a half an hour slot in between building out the Ocash SDK documents. The CTO and co-founder of Polyhedra, and my good friend Tian Chen. Yeah, how you doing, TC?
Good. SDK is almost ready.
Almost ready. That's awesome, man. Yeah. How are you feeling about the markets?
it's crazy. I mean, it's definitely a bear market.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. I just was going through. I had a chat with my friend George, who you met actually. He's been investing in Bitcoin since 2011, and he said, "Oh man, Sam, if you ever, he said this isn't for people that aren't resilient, So it's just another wave. But I think you and I both, understand that we just need to keep building, right?
Right. We need to keep pushing new product and trying to find more interesting ideas.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I don't think it really matters. Like, I've got a lot of calls the last few days from people, and yeah, for me, it really doesn't matter. I don't think it's ever changed. My approach is that we want to ship really useful products and that innovate and help people. So yeah, man. Well, thanks for taking the time and joining us today. And per usual, we're going to get through some audience questions. All right. So the first question is from Jason. As an Ocash user, in cases where authorities demand access, which user details are truly private. Sorry, let me rephrase that. In case where authorities demand access, which user details are truly private and which aren't?
In the end game, we should keep everything truly private. Well, authorities have a virtual access to it, where they publish rules and they can testify whether they can ask the user to submit proofs that the user has satisfied all of these rules. If it's not, then the user account will be automatically blocked. Ideally, that's the ideal way to process this. So we user don't need to disclose any information to the authorities. Where so let me simplify. Authority publish rules. User generate proof, proving that they have satisfied all of these rules. And after this rule satisfaction test, they can use Ocash. Otherwise, they cannot.
Okay. No, spot on, man. Thank you for answering that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jason. All right, the next question, one for me from Cypheron. Hello, Sam. As Polyhedra now moves towards productization, how do you avoid becoming great tech with no users? Yeah, great question. I mean, I think about this a lot. You know, TC and I have discussed this a lot. You know, we want to be creating products that spawn, you know, much larger than say, you know, the current Web3 audience. I mean, that's never been, you know, I don't think TC, you know, did his PhD at Berkeley and released 30 odd papers just to, you know, cater to a small audience. We're wanting to create products that move across, you know, global industries such as AI and fintech, and using our technology to really innovate and complement those industries. And that's where we think we're going to have huge adoption, is by creating the best tech and then adapting with world leading partners that have mass amounts of users and help, you know, making our tech solve big problems. So that's my answer. Um, the next one is from ZK Shadow. Good day, TC. What adoption signal would tell you Ocash has moved from experiment to infrastructure? Good question.
I would say big apps are using Ocash, and we got a lot of money flow in and out. Then that's a definite adoption signal. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I mean, we have a new blog launching shortly, or it's maybe already launched by now. You know, where TC's touched on all these things as well. So there'll be more information there on the progress of Ocash. All right, next one from Nokic to Star. When transacting on Ocash and something goes wrong in the transaction, what control do I still have as a user?
I I don't think I think this question is too generic. I don't know which specific thing goes wrong in the transaction. Usually they will not go wrong.
I mean, that's the same as any crypto, you know, like once you've sent your transaction, it's, in my experience, it's very hard to get that money back.
it's hard. It's hard. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that everything goes well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. No, that makes sense, man. That makes sense. Um, Great. Okay, so B Muppy has asked, can Ocash actually? Sorry, Matthew ISO has asked, could Ocash ZK proofs create a portable compliance ID that proves I'm a verified user without revealing my wallet balance?
Well, um, let me think about this. Let me think
I
about
thought it
it.
was an interesting question. Anyway, I'm interested.
So, can you make this question simpler? Yeah.
I think they're basically asking, you know, I think we already really have that with Polyhedra ID. You know, in terms of, they're just asking, can basically, do we have an ID system that can prove that they're a you know, verified user without verifying, revealing details, their personal details.
Yeah, I think so. We can do it with ZKML.
Mm.
It's quite easy to do.
Okay.
It's different from the large language models where IDKs, well, circuits are much smaller and quite easy to do. Yeah.
Okay. Nice, man. Nice. All right. So B Muppy has asked, can Ocash act as a privacy as a service layer for other dApps to integrate private payments without building their own ZK logic?
That's my goal in this quarter. We will do that.
Great. Um, we need to make a short out of this one. that's 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 good amplification. Let's do that, man. Awesome. All right, Marv Star. Have there been any significant findings or contributions from the community that have directly influenced the development roadmap?
Uh, I would say during this campaign we found a lot of bugs and scalability issues. I think that's a very direct contribution from the community, right?
Yeah, very cool. Very cool. From Aaron Fade, by using the product, how can the Polyhedra community and developers contribute to or build on top of the Ocash infrastructure? Will there be grants or specific initiatives to foster this?
By using the product, okay, we will. I think bug bounties are definitely the one. Not only bug bounties, if you can contribute, for example, error logs, um, whatever bugs you encountered, you can be one of the beneficiary. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome, man. Yeah, we really appreciate all the community's support as always. Antonio, we can both ask this one. I'll go first, then you can go. So 2025 in cryptocurrency was the year of AI. And in 2026, what will it be like? Yeah, from my perspective, I think it will be the year of stablecoin, more stablecoin adoption. I just think stablecoins are, such a better way to pay, and they've been proved to be a much better way to, pay, especially in an AI-driven ecosystem. I think the missing element for stablecoins is privacy. I think products like Ocash and privacy as a privacy of a service layer solve that. So yeah, my guess is more stablecoin adoption. What's yours, TC?
Well, first, I don't think 2025 is a year of AI, uh, cryptocurrency. In the future, I think we have several directions to discuss. I think the hot topic will be, for example, poly market. For example, the privacy one, stablecoin, of course. There are many new directions in cryptocurrency, and I think stablecoins definitely will be
Mm,
the one. Yeah.
mm. Yeah, no, I think it's interesting time, man. I mean, I just love stable coins. I just think they're so great. Every time I have to do a bank transfer, it's frustrating, because it's like checking if the money's arrived, especially internationally. But even in some domestic markets, the bank withholds funds, you know, for several hours or overnight. So it's such a better way. All right, from Leoton, Tian Chen said Ocash is isn't just another product launch, but bringing Polyhedra back. What exactly would you point to in 2026 that shows the project is really back in the public's eyes?
As I answered earlier, it's adoption, right?
Mm, mm,
Got adoption, then oh, it's already back. If we don't, well, it's not a real comeback. So adoption is the
Adoption.
answer. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, like, absolutely agree there. Cool. All right. Um, okay, from Vahan. This one is for you, TC.
Go
You've
ahead.
said ZKML proving is still orders of magnitude slower than inference. Looking realistically at the next 12 to 18 months, which path matters most for unlocking production ZK or ZKML? Hardware acceleration, better compilers, or changes in model architecture? Great question, Vahan.
Better compilers first,
Okay.
and then we can look at hardware acceleration.
Yeah, cool. Cool. And all right, one for me as well. This one's for Sam. As Ocash expands across base and other ecosystems, do you see it settling as a neutral payment privative or evolving into a higher level financial layer with more opinionated constraints built in? Um, I mean, I think it's a, as TC mentioned, this is a high level financial layer. We're looking to build, yeah, the privacy as a service layer, and I just don't think this is for crypto. I mean, I've been having a lot of conversation with fintech. I was at a conference, this week around AI and fintech and financial and transactions is a huge element of that. As mentioned, TC took a break in spending. TC messaged me at 3 a.m. In his time zone. So he's taken a break from his busy schedule writing the documents for the SDK, and that's always been our big, we're an infrastructure business. So I just want to push the infrastructure as far and wide as possible, and as TC just also answered, to create mass adoption. All right, how are we doing here? We'll do a couple more today. This is from Ashanti. Big picture for 2026. What's Ocash the top priority Why is Ocash the top priority project over ZKML EXP chain stuff? How do they all connect in the end for that verifiable AI native economy vision?
Well, to be honest, the Okash is low hanging fruit for us, and so that's why it's a top priority. Low hanging fruit product goes first, and TKML is more like a research. We need to productization after that. That's why we prioritize this,
Mm,
and I think Okash and ZKML can be a good fit. Uh,
absolutely.
Using by just connecting with identity system, right?
Mhm.
I think that could be a good connection. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. So Swaggy P 4210. Are there plans to expand Ocash into more into more mainstream payment flows, including mobile or DEX integrations, and what technical work remains?
We're definitely doing that. We are working with different collaborators right now.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Watch this space,
Yeah.
Swaggy P. All right. Hacking cartoon. Why doesn't Polyhedra disclose its internal code and share it on GitHub?
Oh, you look at
We
this
have a lot on GitHub.
space. We you look at this space, this whole fucking space. You see that a lot of companies are just trying to steal others' code.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean, I always
And after the steal, they were trying because they don't need to code. They can. spend their money into other fields, for example, like propaganda, and they can be more powerful than the innovator, and they will kill the innovator.
Absolutely. I watched the interview with Ali, the CEO of Databricks, and he said if you open source things, you need to hit. It's like you need to have a lightning strike in the same place twice. So in order to commercialize the business, it's very,
Yeah.
very. It's the hardest way to make money, basically. So um,
Yes.
that's a controversial question there, Hakan. Man, we're trying to build a business here, brother, not a charity. Um, Jude Marcus, is Ocash EVM compatible for shielded logic, or does it require custom circuits? How easy is it to build private DeFi primitives, e.g., shielded lending or swaps on top? That's for you, TC.
Oh, that's definitely easy to build. We do it wrong on EVM. If you want to build a swap, what you can do is you connect Ocash with your swap stuff and use an intermediate Ethereum address to relay your money. So, for example, if you want to deposit into private, if you want to deposit private money into your swap, uh, just create a temporary Ethereum address, put money into that address, and put some gas into it from the Ocash protocol, and then you
Mm,
can operate on this address for a while. For example, you swap Ethereum for some other token, and you can use this temporary address to swap it, and go then the swapped token goes back to the Ocash using this temporary address. So that's pretty much easy to use, easy to code. You can directly integrate this Ocash feature with any, for example, swaps or show lending protocols by just having a very thin layer on top of it. Yeah.
great, man. Thank you for explaining that. All right, we'll do one more. Um, this is from Poly. Let me just choose a good one. This is a funny one, actually. Let's end with some humor.
Yeah, let's
OX
go.
Madara. Hey TC, if you were to launch your own personal AI agent on Eggs today, what would its personality be?
Well, good question. Good question. Oh, okay, okay. I think it will be uh well, it will be a lazy guy maybe.
I don't think so, man.
It
I
will
don't think
be
so.
they uh that AI agent will definitely not say any give you any emotional value.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so
So
funny. I disagree, man. I think you have good emotional value. That's funny. All
yeah.
right, guys. Well, that's our special Friday edition. Sorry we weren't here yesterday. But it's really great to be back, and we'll be back in next week. Please look out for our new blog that's out today. And yeah, let's keep building, TC.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Right on, man. Have a great weekend, brother.